I love small plates and sharing, so tapas is my thing. My friend Chef Daniela at the SocaKitchen is twisting things up a little bit. I'm talking about Spanish tapas with Latino flair. Paella, you say? Let's check it out. Hey, Chef Daniela.
Hello, how are you?
Good. It's been a while.
Good to see you.
Yes, for sure. So things are good.
Very good. We were about to cook with you, so.
That's true. This is looking like some paella. Let's talk about it. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna do paella. Paella is traditionally from Valencia, from Spain.
So you guys do a lot of Latino flair
Oh,
with
yeah.
these Spanish dishes. Is there any of that in here?
You know what? I tried to do it with a sofrito, but I can't. Like paella is very traditional.
Yeah,
So like as much as you want to do it differently.
So if you want to try your Latino flair, come and enjoy all the different tapas then, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely. Okay, we're gonna start with a little bit of oil. This is just canola oil.
Okay.
If you want to start, you can add like 3 spoons of the sofrito.
Heaping, flat, that's good?
Heaping, yeah, that's good. I'm gonna give you my super wooden spoon.
Your super wooden spoon. Don't hit me.
You burned something.
I burned something. No.
Okay, so you want to like make sure it's evenly spread along the.
So we're seasoning, helping season the pan and the oil.
Exactly.
So the canola oil is obviously important because it doesn't have much flavor, doesn't instill flavor.
You know what? It's the burning point.
Yeah.
That's the most important. If you go with some olive oil, then it's gonna start turning bitter
Oh,
because
yeah,
it
for
burns
sure.
very fast. So I would add a little bit more.
all
A little
good.
bit more. We usually make it in this huge one over here, but
That's mine.
yeah.
That's how I would make it for myself.
I'm just gonna turn it up a little bit higher over here.
All right. So
Have
what-
you ever made paella before?
No.
No, first
Oh, this
time?
is very exciting.
Have you tried the paella?
Oh yes, I've
Yeah?
eaten paella in Spain,
Okay.
and that's probably why I'm most excited about making it here today. So what part of the chicken are we using?
So I'm using the chicken thigh.
Yep.
Just because I
my
find the breast is going to be a little bit dry. So I think the thigh is going to be nice and flavorful. And I also pre-cut it like a smaller piece.
Okay.
So you don't want to be cutting into a paella. You kind of
Yeah.
just eat it, you know.
I think,
Not too much work.
in my opinion, the best chicken is dark meat.
Yeah.
The dark meat of the chicken. Obviously, everybody eats the chicken breast. It's a little healthier, a little leaner, but it's always drier.
When you're eating
so-
a paella, you're not worrying about your health.
No,
or, you
you're
know,
worrying about your taste buds and your belly.
Definitely. So
Cool.
at this point, you know what? I'm going to add a little bit more oil. It looks a little dry.
Perfect.
Sorry, that's how I cook. I
This is normal.
you know,
This is
visual
normal.
smell, and then you add a little more, you tweak
Visual
it.
smell. Is that a new sense?
Yeah. You develop it with time, you know? Okay, you can throw in your chicken. Do half of that. We're doing a little one. I'm used to big portions all the time. At this point, we're also gonna add our chorizo. This is chorizo ibérico. So what that means is it's a pig that goes through a special diet, okay?
Okay.
So you find it in the Iberian Peninsula, it's the pata negra.
So very marbly?
Yes, it has a lot of fat.
It's marbly,
You can
yeah.
actually taste the acorn. I usually don't use this kind of chorizo in a paella. Try it.
Oh.
It's so delicious in its own, like,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
it would be a shame to, like, mix it in, but it's good. This guy.
That
The size of
fat
this
is
guy.
delicious.
It is delicious. You can throw it right in there. And then that fat's gonna render and help cook all the...
Help make it a little bit more
yeah,
rich.
tasty. Yeah, that's what we're going for.
Fat equals taste.
So we're gonna add a little bit of the paprika, okay? I'm just gonna add it for you. This is a sweet smoked paprika. Just if you want to cook it down a little bit, get those flavors going, okay?
Perfect.
You can smell it already.
Yeah, the smells amazing. The fat from the chorizo is already like,
Yeah.
you can smell that coming out too.
So one thing I'm gonna add to this paella, which normally this is not like, when you asked about the fusion, this is
Yeah.
not like very traditional in Spain,
Right.
even though the Jerez, the cherry wine is traditional in Spain, but they don't normally add it. I'm gonna add just a little bit to the glazed pan.
Perfect.
We're gonna add a little tablespoon of that tomato paste as well. We're just building up the base right now, okay?
Yeah.
So this is what's gonna give all that flavor to the rice. That should be good. And we wanna cook that down as well. So once again, building up all that flavor. When you throw in the rice, you throw in the chicken stock over here with saffron.
Right.
Okay, that we did earlier.
Saffron. Where does saffron come from?
This is pistil of flowers. It's so like subtle but aromatic. Like
And
I
adds a
love.
beautiful color, right?
Yeah, it
Especially if you're
does
adding
too.
it to like a rice or something.
Yeah.
Like
So
paella.
exactly. So in my country, for example, we use the achiote, which is this one over here.
Okay.
This guy over here. You can use this also to add that color and a little bit of flavor. The flavor is going to be a little bit differently. You call it anoto as well. It's like a seed.
Okay. The aroma is amazing.
Right? Yeah. You can only get it through the camera. Smell-o-vision.
Only smell-o-vision existed.
Beautiful. So at this point, we're going to get some of our paella rice. We won't touch the paella much longer. You can start going,
All
and
around?
I'll tell you when to stop. All around, yes.
Okay.
Spread it out.
This is good.
That's almost okay. That's
So I mean, this is a short grain rice.
yes, a short grain rice.
And
So
it's
you
important
wanna
to use that for paella.
you want a little bit more starch in there. You want kind of like
Yeah.
everything to stick together. And then
Okay.
just adjust the heat right here.
Okay. And what are we setting it to now?
And right now to a low heat. You don't want things to burn, okay?
Right,
So at this point, we're gonna start layering our seafood. You can grab the langoustines,
Yeah, the shrimp.
and we're gonna put it nicely. Yeah, put it like this. Yeah, layer
There
it
it
out.
is. Usually I'm plating at the end, but now we're plating before.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like it. But that's what a perfect paella is. A piece of art.
You know, you eat with your eyes, right? So you want to make sure,
100%.
like, when you finish up, it's gonna look beautiful. Okay, so we have our scallops that are just right over there.
Shallot.
Yep, you want to cook what's under the shell.
That's
okay?
right.
You can even throw some of that juice in there,
Perfect.
like seawater. There we go.
Perfect.
Now we're gonna take some of the green peas, sprinkle them on there. So it's an easy dish, like when you're having like friends over, family over, or
But it's
cooking
such a-
for 100 people.
Yeah,
You can just
exactly.
throw it around, you know?
It's a great family meal, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
also a fantastically flavored dish, right?
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
So we're gonna take some of the peppers as well. And we're gonna layer them. These are piquillo peppers. They're little, like very sweet
Yeah.
peppers.
And they're roasted, I'm guessing. Right?
Yes, they're roasted peppers. Yeah. And then we're gonna take some of our broth, which
Okay.
is really important to go ahead at this
So this
point.
is a
That's a chicken broth with
Okay.
saffron. Okay, so that yellow color is what you get from all that saffron that's bloomed. So you put it in the
Perfect.
chicken broth and slowly heat it up over a long period of time. Okay. Just enough so you can see. You can do a little
one more,
more.
maybe.
Yeah, just enough so you can see a little
Along
bit of
the
the
edge.
broth on top of the rice. And then what's gonna happen now, it's all that broth and all those flavors are gonna steam up and it's gonna cook the shellfish. If you notice, we haven't added any salt
Correct.
because we have all that seafood.
Yep.
We wanna make sure that all the salt from that seafood doesn't oversalt the dish. Towards the end, when we're ready to eat it, we're gonna add some Maldon salt, some olive oil, and a little bit of aioli as well.
Right. Absolutely. Seafood is always salty naturally, so it's good to add your salt at the end, and that way
Definitely.
it'll taste perfect.
Yeah, you don't want it too salty.
You don't want it too salty. Once it's too salty, it's gonna be really hard to correct, right?
Yeah, completely.
Perfect. So now we're gonna let this simmer.
We're gonna let it simmer, leave it as is, and then in about 20 minutes, this is a small paella, so it should be done. So can we
Perfect.
try it? Yeah.
Let's let her simmer.
Let it go.
Oh my god, that smells so good. Oh my god, the seafood. Oh
It's all
man,
that
that's amazing.
seawater, right? Yeah.
All that seawater. Perfect. I mean, I can't wait to taste it.
Let's head out.
Perfect. Thanks for having us today, Gustavo. I'm really looking forward to the paella.
Thank you for coming, and let's go and try with this Spanish wine.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, here we have the paella.
Oh wow, man, it looks good.
Yes.
Looks good. We did a good job.
We're gonna add a little bit of the olive oil I was telling you about before.
perfect.
Okay. Just a tiny little bit. And then something that we add is a little twist. It's actually the jerez that we added before. We're gonna add a little bit towards the end. It's not traditional,
Okay.
but it's our fusion.
So it's like a sherry, right?
It's a sherry wine,
Perfect.
yes.
All right.
Just a little bit, not too much. Just to get those langoustines drunk enough. And that
Awesome.
sea salt, also the Maldon salt that we
Perfect.
talked about, we're just gonna add a little bit as well.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great to finish that way so
Yes.
it's not too salty, right?
So it is good actually. Yeah, we're having the red wine. It's nice and light.
Perfect.
It's good with the chorizo and all
Yeah.
those like strong flavors of the paella, especially the saffron.
Man, that chorizo was amazing.
Oh my god,
Wait
yes.
till you try it all
It's the
together.
best.
I am excited.
Some chicken there too,
Perfect.
and the beautiful langoustine here. Oh my god, excellent plate.
Your plating is amazing.
Oh,
That nice color on the bottom.
Oh
And
yeah, you
so
get all that
important.
crisp.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that crispy,
That's why you need
crispy
like the
rice.
heavy bottom pan.
For sure.
You can't do paella in any other pan.
Excellent. Let's dig in.
bon appetit.
That rich seafood flavoring.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Easy enough.
You're right. The chorizo in here is awesome.
You can taste the saffron, the seafood.
So
it's
many
not
flavors.
overwhelming. Yeah.
No, and I mean a great idea to finish with this the flake salt, because that allowed for us to let the seafood really season the dish.
Yeah.
And then add that little bit of salt to highlight the flavors.
And you can definitely play around with it. Add a little more, a little less. You know, it's up to you.
Alright. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
Great seeing you again. And
Yeah,
until
anytime.
next time.
Until next time.